All right, everybody. I'm Logan Alec. I'm a CPA, and today I have for you 17 ways to get free cryptocurrency. This is not financial advice, of course. This is educational entertainment, edutainment, if you will. Always do your own research, especially when it comes to a market as volatile as cryptocurrency is. Today, for instance, the crypto market as a whole could be up 10% or down 10% from where it was yesterday, and any one particular coin could be up or down far more than that. But the great thing about getting free crypto is that it's no risk. If the value of the free cryptocurrency you earn goes up and skyrockets, you still got all that for free. But if it tanks, hey, it was free anyway, right? So why not at least consider all the ways of getting free cryptocurrency that I share with you in this video? So without further ado, the first way to get free cryptocurrency is to use the Brave browser. The Brave browser awards you with the basic attention token, BAT, just for using the browser to use the internet. Brave will typically block all ads from your internet viewing experience. However, when you first download Brave, you will be prompted, if you want to opt into the Brave Rewards program. If you do opt into Brave Rewards, you will be shown some ads as you surf the web that Brave describes as high quality. And in exchange for showing you these ads, Brave gives you basic attention token, which, by the way, you can transfer to the Gemini exchange to earn interest on. My Gemini link is in the description below. Right now, the interest rate is 3.49%. That could change, of course, depending on when you're watching this video. So how much can you earn using the Brave browser? Well, I'm personally on my computer all day using the Brave browser, and I generally earn about half a basic attention token per day. As of the time of recording, the basic attention token is $1.16. So in my case, that's between 50 and 60 cents a basic attention token per day. It's not insane crazy earnings, but it's pretty much passive income, right? Because I earn it just for using the internet as I normally would, and plus I also earn interest passively on my basic attention token by transferring it to Gemini. And from a privacy perspective, Brave is really cool because it blocks ads, it blocks cross-site trackers, cookies, doesn't allow your IP address to be collected. So overall, it's great for privacy. Also, Chrome extensions work with Brave. I use it, check it out. I don't have a referral link or anything. They aren't sponsoring this. I personally use this. You can get started just by going to brave.com. Second way to get free cryptocurrency is to watch videos on Coinbase Earn. Coinbase is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. I personally don't use it very much to buy crypto. Its fees are actually kind of high. I do use Coinbase Pro. I use Binance, some other exchanges to buy crypto. I'll probably cover those in a future video. I think all I have in my Coinbase account right now is some Ripple XRP. But Coinbase is pretty cool because it has a section of its site called Coinbase Earn that allows you to earn free cryptocurrency simply by watching educational cryptocurrency videos. For example, the other day, I sat down on Coinbase Earn and learned about a crypto called the Bounce token. I had never heard of this cryptocurrency before, but I clicked through the lessons and I earned $3 worth of Bounce token. All in all, took me about 2 minutes, and that's pretty good for 2 minutes, right? $3 in 2 minutes, that's actually a really good per minute rate when you break it down, right? You multiply 2 minutes by 30, you get 60 minutes. That's an hour. And if you multiply that numerator, right, $3 by 30, extrapolated, that's a $90 an hour rate. Obviously, there's not an infinite supply of these. You can't do these full time. I think right now they have about $16 worth of rewards in there in Coinbase Earn you can get. There are other cryptocurrencies than the Bounce token you can learn about in Coinbase Earn and earn rewards on as well. If you've never signed up for Coinbase before, you are welcome to use my referral link in the description below. If you use my referral link to sign up for Coinbase and you buy or sell at least $100 worth of crypto in the app, you will receive $10 in free Bitcoin. And that's a good bridge to my next way to earn free cryptocurrency, which is to get cryptocurrency sign-up bonuses. Similar to stock market bonuses, you typically need to deposit or trade a certain dollar amount within the platform within a certain period of time in order to be eligible for the bonus. On the table you can see here on screen, you can see the active bonuses right now. These are obviously subject to change depending on when you watch this. For the most part, they all operate similarly with the exception of SoFi, which I'll talk about more in a second. But basically the idea here is that these companies want to get more assets under management, right? They want more people to make deposits into their platform. They want to get new people investing in crypto. They want to buy crypto through them and stick with them. So the deal is to market themselves. They say, look, if you deposit a certain amount, in most cases here $100, we'll give you a little bit of free Bitcoin, right? Sometimes the deposit amount is tiered. For example, for BlockFi right now, the bonus is $15 in free Bitcoin if you deposit at least $100 into the platform within your first month. And then it's tiered from there all the way up to a $250 bonus if you deposit at least $100,000 into BlockFi. If you use my link in the description below to BlockFi, you can see all the current tiers. My BlockFi link in the description below is an affiliate link, by the way, so I will get a small commission from BlockFi if you use my link to sign up for BlockFi and you fund your account. This is no extra cost to you whatsoever. This is just a small way that my viewers can help support the channel so I can continue to create this content for you. And plus, you get the sign-up bonus if you use my link. And for all these other platforms, I have my referral links in the description below as well, where you can get a sign-up bonus and I'll get a small kickback. The exception is Voyager. You'll actually have to use my reward code LOG23B2B5 after you download the Voyager app. Sometimes you may have to manually input my referral code for the others as well. It depends on your browser. For example, if you use my Celsius link on your smartphone, the referral code will automatically populate, so you'll automatically get that sign-up bonus. But if you're on your desktop, the Celsius referral code might not, so you have to input it, my code manually to get the referral bonus. One thing I do want to say about Celsius that is different than the others is Celsius is not truly an exchange. As of right now, you can't actually swap cryptocurrencies in Celsius, though they are looking to roll that out in the very near future. Another kind of different one here, at least in terms of the bonus, is SoFi. With SoFi, you don't actually have to make a deposit to get the $5 bonus. All you have to do is use my referral link in the description below and create a SoFi Invest account through it. And once you create your SoFi Invest account, SoFi will give you $5 worth of SoFi rewards, which you can then use to create a SoFi crypto account and purchase a variety of cryptocurrencies through the platform, not just Bitcoin. That said, there is a better SoFi bonus where you get free stock that you can sell and then use the proceeds to purchase crypto, but there is a minimum deposit on that bonus. I'll talk about that bonus later on in this video, along with other platforms you can use this strategy on, like Webull and Public. Before we move on, I do want to say that all these platforms have their own pros and cons. I have personally used all of them, and I do plan on creating in-depth review videos for all of them, starting with BlockFi, but it doesn't hurt to just rack up the sign-up bonuses for each one, even if it's not the one that you want to stick with or use the most long term. Alternatively, you can just wait for my reviews to come out if you want to stick with just one right off the bat. Number 4 way to get free cryptocurrency is to get free NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. What are these? These are, the little JPEGs that sell for, millions of dollars sometimes. And while NFTs are not technically cryptocurrencies, they are crypto adjacent, and people are making life-changing money with them. So if you get an NFT, you can easily sell it for cryptocurrency and in that way get free crypto. Of course, most NFTs don't sell for millions of dollars, but I've personally made a few $1,000s flipping NFTs. I'll be creating a video about that in the near future here. Right now, as I'm recording this, we are actually in something of an NFT bear market. There's a combination of reasons for that. For one thing, Ethereum is pumping, at least as of the time I'm recording this video. Gas fees are high. But for me, right now, I'm just flipping some NFTs, taking my cost basis out, and with those profits, the house money, right, so to speak, I'm buying NFTs that I think will be solid long-term holds. Anyway, some NFT projects, they have like invite bonuses or giveaways in which the project's creators will give away, an NFT to maybe the top person who invites the most people to the project's Discord or something like that, or they'll at least let them on the NFT whitelist where they can mint the NFT for typically a much lower price than they would pay on the secondary market post-mint. Now, if that sounds like too much work for you, too confusing, here's an easy way to get a chance at free NFTs. Just search for NFT giveaway on Twitter. You'll see countless NFT giveaway opportunities. Many of these are scams, but some are not. For example, McDonald's recently had a Twitter promotion in which they gave away their first ever set of NFTs, these McRib NFTs, just to people who retweeted their tweet. Of course, not everyone got one. Over 100,000 people retweeted this, competing for just 10 NFTs. But that's not terrible odds. That's like 1 in 10,000, right? Which is obviously a long shot. But unlike the lottery, this is free, and your odds of winning are actually much higher than the lottery. I will say, though, like I said previously, there are a lot of scams out there with NFT and crypto giveaways. Obviously, you can trust McDonald's, right, giving away their own NFT. And you can tell this is the official McDonald's account, by the way, because it has the blue check mark. But there are a lot of shady crypto Twitter accounts. And for that reason, I almost hesitated to give this as an idea. But for example, Rarity Sniper, this is a legit one. They basically rank NFTs in a given set based on rarity. They do have NFT giveaways periodically on Twitter, right? Also, if you see someone or a brand with a blue check mark doing an NFT giveaway, I think you can generally trust it's legit. Of course, you should still do your own research. Does it feel weird or strange in some way because celebrities and big brands get scammed as well. Rarity Sniper could get scammed as well. If you really want to be safe with these things, stick to blue checkmark brands basically giving away their own NFTs like McDonald's did. Then maybe look at other blue checkmark NFT giveaways, then maybe something like Rarity Sniper, then proceed at your own risk, basically. I cannot overstate this. As with all things in cryptocurrency, be wary of scams. In fact, for any given blockchain, I would recommend having at least one burner wallet that you use to purchase NFTs and involve yourself in giveaways, and then another wallet where you store your NFTs and cryptocurrencies for that blockchain. So if the burner wallet is compromised, you're still okay because all your stuff is actually in the other wallet. That's probably a video for another time. I am personally starting to be more active on Twitter at Logan Alec. I haven't really used Twitter very much in the past, so I'm actually going to start transitioning that Twitter to pretty much being a crypto Twitter account. Go ahead and follow me over there if you'd like to keep abreast of crypto giveaways that I'm taking part in right now. Also, if you're interested in NFTs, Coinbase is actually rolling out its own NFT marketplace later this year. It is my opinion, I don't have a crystal ball, but it is my opinion that when Coinbase does this, they'll make buying NFTs much more mainstream in the 2020s, just like they made buying Bitcoin more mainstream in the 2010s. There is a wait list right now for the Coinbase NFT platform. If you'd like to get on the wait list, I have my link to it on the description or in the description below. All right, guys. So I really want to get this video out or recorded tonight for you guys. My 6-month-old just woke up, but I'm just going to include him in the video. All right, number 5 way to get free cryptocurrency is to use Lolly. So I've done reviews of cashback sites and extensions on this channel, like Rakuten, for example. Well, Lolly is a crypto-backed site and browser extension that when you shop through it at a variety of stores online, it gives you a percentage of your purchase back in Bitcoin. All you have to do is sign up for Lolly and then shop online at the stores you usually shop at. By the way, if you're using the Brave browser that I mentioned previously, you'll need to tell it to let you see ads on Lolly in order to get your crypto back through it. I do have my referral link to Lolly down in the description below. Much thanks if you use my link to download Lolly. Number 6 way to get free crypto is to read articles on PublishOX. This isn't big crypto money by a long shot, but PublishOX is a cryptocurrency publishing platform that gives both writers and readers a portion of the ad revenue generated by the site. So basically, you sign up for PublishOX. I do have a referral link in the description below. You can sign up through. And once you've signed up, you read cryptocurrency articles on the site. I chose to read one on the Helium token, which I mine. If you've seen my videos on that, you know what I'm talking about. And by reading articles, you earn rewards. At the end of each article, you are asked how the article was. You're also asked how much of your rewards you earned for reading the article you want to keep for yourself and how much you want to give to the author of the piece you just read. You make your selection and you see the cryptocurrency immediately deposited into your account. How much can you reasonably expect to earn? Well, I earned 2 cents worth of a cryptocurrency called Farm for reading an article that took me less than a minute to read. So you won't earn a fortune, but if you want to learn more about cryptocurrency anyway, PublishOX can be a good option. I do want to say that the Farm token is a liquid token. It's not some coin that you have to sign up for some crazy, shady, DeFi platform to trade. Not that all DeFi platforms are shady, but it is on Coinbase actually. And this is important because as you look for free cryptocurrency opportunities, if the free cryptocurrency you're getting is really super hard to trade, it might be more trouble than it's worth. That said, in order to get in really early on projects, sometimes you have to use, the decentralized non-mainstream platforms to get in early. This is just my 2 cents. This all said, also keep in mind, there's not a whole lot of editorial oversight, if any, on PublishOX. Really, anybody could publish an article if they wanted to. So that means it's possible that not all the articles are going to be that great. And just like with anything in cryptocurrency, take what you read on PublishOX with a grain of salt. Like I said, I do have my referral link in the description below. Number 7 way to get free cryptocurrency is to get the BlockFi credit card. So BlockFi recently released the BlockFi Rewards Visa Signature credit card. The card has no annual fee and offers 1.5% back in Bitcoin on every single purchase. You will also earn 3.5% back in Bitcoin during your first 3 months of having the card, up to $100 worth of Bitcoin. You will earn 2% back in Bitcoin for every purchase over $50,000 annually. Also, if you trade crypto through BlockFi, which I'm not sure I would do if you're really a trader because you can get much lower fees on exchanges like Binance or Coinbase Pro. Well, technically BlockFi doesn't charge a fee, but they make money on the spread. Anyway, if you have the BlockFi card, you will earn 0.25% back in Bitcoin on all eligible trades. Card also comes with a referral bonus, or refer a friend bonus of $30 for every friend you refer who is approved for the card. Is the card worth it? You might be tempted to just look at this and say, 1.5%, I can get a flat 2% with my City Double Cash. City Double Cash is a card that I have and I use and I love. I did a review of the card right here on the channel, link at the top of the screen and in the description below. I love the City Double Cash. But if you were to take your City Double Cash rewards at 2% and use them to buy crypto, you would have to pay a fee on the trade to purchase the crypto, right? That fee will vary depending on what exchange you use. So, that kind of makes up the differential there. But if you already know that you're going to redeem your credit card rewards for Bitcoin anyway, the BlockFi card does save you time, because with the BlockFi card, your Bitcoin rewards are automatically converted to Bitcoin and deposited to your interest earning BlockFi account on a monthly basis. So, there's pros and cons, right? 1.5% Bitcoin back, BlockFi card, 2% cash back with the City Double Cash. I can't make the decision for you, but there are some factors to weigh beyond just the flat rewards back amount. Anyway, I do have my link to the BlockFi credit card in the description below. You can use that link to see if you're pre-approved for the card without any impact on your credit score. I think it's at least worth checking out. The number 8 way to get free cryptocurrency is to participate in cryptocurrency referral programs. Basically, every cryptocurrency exchange that I've talked about in this video has a referral program. So if you sign up for it, for example, through one of my referral links in the description below, then when you have signed up and opened an account, you will also be able to refer others to the exchanges and earn free cryptocurrency for doing so once the people you refer meet the minimum requirements, such as depositing $100 or whatever it may be for the exchange. All right, number 9 way to get free cryptocurrency is to get Reddit Karma. Their cryptocurrency subreddit has its own cryptocurrency called Moon that it awards monthly to members of the subreddit based on the amount of karma they earned in the subreddit that month. Note that Moon is not the same as the somewhat questionable SafeMoon crypto project. SafeMoon is a completely different project unrelated to the Moon project. I've looked into this Moon from Reddit, right? I have not participated in this because I'm not actually very active on Reddit myself, but it does appear to be legitimate to me. Do your own research, of course. If you'd like to learn more about earning Moon as well as the tokenomics of the project, you can check out this Reddit post right here that I will link to in the description below. Number 10, play mobile games. Some free mobile games will actually give you free cryptocurrency simply for playing them. That said, the amount of crypto you earn from these simple mobile games is very small compared to what you could make with NFT-based games. That's a whole nother level. That's, metaverse and all that. With those NFT-based games, though, you generally have to purchase in-game items and things like that with the coin used for the game. The coin can appreciate, the value of your items can appreciate. So I'm not sure that's exactly free, hence why I didn't include it here. That's more about appreciation in the value of your in-game NFTs and whatnot. So not exactly free, but still a great way to make money with crypto. But these mobile games I'm talking about, on the other hand, they do give you free cryptocurrency just for playing. The earnings potential, just FYI, is quite low. If you're going to play these silly types of games anyway, they can still be a cool way to pass time and earn a little bit of cryptocurrency. One example is Coin Hunt. Coin Hunt is a free mobile game that is basically the crypto version of Pokemon Go. You download the app and explore the real world searching for various colored keys, which you then use to open vaults. When you open a vault, the game asks you a trivia question, and if you answer the question correctly within the time limit, you are rewarded in Bitcoin or Ethereum. And by real world, yes, I mean the real world. The game has a GPS map of your location and points you in the direction of the nearest key. You then have to go to that location, again in the real world, to find the key to open a vault. Next game is Crypto Pop. Crypto Pop is a free match 2 game for Android that pays you a microscopic bit of Ethereum. And I cannot stress how small the value of Ethereum you're getting is just for playing. All you have to do is download the app in the Google Play Store, link your Ethereum wallet, and start playing. If you don't have an Ethereum wallet, you can set one up easily at any major cryptocurrency exchange, such as the ones I've talked about in this video. Next game is Crypto Word. This game is made by the same creators of Crypto Pop. Basically, in this game, you just connect adjacent letters to form words, and you're rewarded with a very little bit of Ethereum. Warning, Crypto Pop and Crypto Word are heavily ad supported, so be prepared to watch a lot of ads as you play. Number 11 way to get free crypto is to get free stock, sell it, and then buy crypto with it. Many stock brokerage companies are giving away free stock to new users. I covered all these in a video I made about all the ways to get free stocks right now. Link to that video is at the top of the screen and in the description below. Some of these traditional investment brokerages also let users purchase cryptocurrency on their platform. So what savvy users who are interested in cryptocurrency can do is get the free stock bonus, then they can sell the free stock and they can use the proceeds to purchase cryptocurrency. And in that way, get crypto essentially for free. So the 4 stock brokerage companies that are giving away free stock right now that also offer crypto investing can be seen in the table on screen here. You have Public. They're giving away up to $70 in free stock right now if you use my link in the description below, and also use my referral code MONEYDONERIGHT, all one word, all capitalized, when you download the app. There's actually no deposit required for the Public bonus, so that's pretty cool. You have SoFi. I mentioned SoFi previously with his $15 bonus. That $15 bonus does not require an initial deposit. However, this $25 bonus does. You can't get both. So for the $25 bonus, you must use my link in the description below. It's a different link than the $15 bonus, and I've identified them separately in the description below. So you can use a $25 SoFi link to open a SoFi Invest account. Then you must deposit at least $100 into your SoFi Invest account within 5 days. If you do so, you'll get a $25 bonus from SoFi in your SoFi Invest account, which you can use, which you can then sell and then buy crypto with. So that one's pretty easy. Webull, you just have to use my link below to open an account and deposit any amount. Same thing for Robinhood. All right, the number 12 way to earn free cryptocurrency is to earn interest on your crypto. If you're okay with leaving your cryptocurrency on a centralized exchange, like the ones I discussed in this video, you can actually earn a bit of interest on your cryptocurrency. How much you earn depends on the exchange you use, what kind of cryptocurrency you're earning interest on, how much of that cryptocurrency you have on the exchange, and in some cases with some exchanges, how many of the exchange's native token you own. On the table on screen, you can see the interest rates right now at various exchanges. These do change quite often. So chances are, if you're watching this later in the future, the interest rates have changed by then. But you can always check my blog post on the best crypto interest accounts for the latest interest rates. There's a link to that blog post in the description below. I personally use Voyager and Celsius the most, but I also have some coins at BlockFi, Gemini, and Nexo as well to kind of spread the risk around, just in case one of these exchanges gets hacked or, my account gets hacked. The table you can see on screen here shows the current interest rates at these exchanges on the 2 largest cryptocurrencies by market cap, Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as the exchange's interest rates, current interest rates on stable coins, which are basically cryptocurrencies whose values are pegged to the value of the United States dollar. So what some people are doing is taking their money out of their savings accounts and they're buying stable coins, right? Because they can obviously get a higher yield at these crypto exchanges with these stable coins that they can with money deposited at their bank. However, it is extremely important to note that unlike a traditional bank account, interest earning cryptocurrency accounts are not FDIC insured. And if the exchange gets hacked, you could experience a total loss. I am personally comfortable with this risk for a portion of my crypto portfolio. I just want you to be aware of what you're getting into here. So no FDIC insurance. This is true for both non-stablecoin cryptos you earn interest on, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as stablecoin cryptocurrencies. Also keep in mind the SEC is currently seeking to regulate stablecoins, so these high interest rates may not last. Again, I have used all these platforms and I will be creating in-depth review videos for all of them in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for those. All right, so I turned that light off behind me because I think the baby was getting a little too into that one. Number 13 way to earn free cryptocurrency is to stake your crypto. This is similar to earning interest on your cryptocurrency on an exchange that you are earning yield on your coins. Not really though, because staking is a bit more complicated than that. This one is a little bit technical, so I will be getting somewhat technical here. If you do want to skip kind of this whole thing about staking, feel free to use the table of contents below to go to idea number 14, which requires a lot less brain power. But back to staking cryptocurrency. So to kind of explain what this is, I feel like I need to give a brief context here on how the blockchain works. Basically, much of Bitcoin's success today is attributable to the financial rewards offered to those, namely the Bitcoin miners, who help validate transactions on the blockchain, which is basically a publicly available list of records of all the transactions that occurred on the Bitcoin network. Why is this independent validation important? It's important because with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, there's no centralized authority to verify the validity of a transaction. If I send you $1, not in Bitcoin, if I just send you $1 electronically, like via ACH or wire transfer or something, my bank deducts $1 from my bank account and your bank adds $1 to your bank account. But if I send you a Bitcoin from my wallet, not on a centralized exchange, right, then there's no centralized authority to deduct a Bitcoin from my wallet. Obviously, many of us have our cryptocurrencies, at least in part, on centralized exchanges. But if we were just talking about maybe a hardware wallet to hardware wallet or something like this, there's no centralized authority there. So how would you know the Bitcoin that I'm sending you I didn't already send to someone else. This is a double spend problem that the blockchain addresses. So how can transactions be validated and verified on a blockchain to ensure that individuals are not double spending their cryptocurrency? Well, in the words of the original Bitcoin white paper written by it's a pseudonym, but written by Satoshi Nakamoto, we need a way for the payee to know the previous owners did not sign any earlier transactions. For our purposes, the earliest transaction is the one that counts. So we don't care about later attempts to double spend. The only way to confirm the absence of a transaction is to be aware of all transactions. In the mint-based model, the mint was aware of all transactions and decided which arrived first. To accomplish this without a trusted party, transactions must be publicly announced, and we need a system for participants to agree on a single history of the order in which the transactions were received. The payee needs proof that at the time of each transaction, the majority of nodes agreed it was the first received. So note that phrase, transactions must be publicly announced. This is the blockchain. The entire Bitcoin blockchain is publicly visible for anybody to see and inspect. You can see it, for example, at blockchain.com/explorer. Also note the phrase, the majority of nodes. This means that in order for a transaction to be validated on the blockchain, there has to be something called consensus for that transaction. And that consensus is accomplished, and this is really oversimplifying things here, but it's essentially accomplished by a lot of computers trying to guess a random number. Guessing these random numbers takes a good deal of computational power, i.e. work. So this method of validating transactions on the blockchain is called proof of work. And the computers who engage in this process are called miners. And these miners are rewarded in Bitcoin for validating transactions on the blockchain. This is why you hear all this noise, right, about the energy that Bitcoin takes for its blockchain to operate. It comes down to these computers having to do this work to validate transactions, which requires energy. Now, other cryptocurrencies do not use a proof of work consensus protocol. Others use what's called a proof of stake consensus protocol. The idea for this first came up in a bitcointalk.org forum post from 2011 by an individual with the username Quantum Mechanic. The beginning of the post says, I'm wondering if as Bitcoin becomes more widely distributed, whether a transition from a proof of work-based system to a proof of stake one might happen. What I mean by proof of stake is that instead of your vote on the accepted transaction history being weighted by the share of computing resources you bring to the network, it's weighted by the number of Bitcoins you can prove you own using your private keys. So instead of all this computing power being consumed by essentially guessing random numbers like in a proof of work protocol, with a proof of stake protocol, earners of a cryptocurrency lock their cryptocurrency on the blockchain in order to earn the right to validate transactions, and they are rewarded for doing so accordingly, similar to how miners on a proof of work protocol blockchain are rewarded. And because often, depending on the blockchain, these validators are randomly chosen. The more cryptocurrency you've staked on the blockchain, the greater your chance of being selected to validate transactions, and the greater your chance of being rewarded in the cryptocurrency. So similar to earning interest, you are locking up your cryptocurrency in order to be rewarded with more of that cryptocurrency when you stake. How to stake a given cryptocurrency will depend on that cryptocurrency. For example, I personally stake my Cardano bags for approximately 5% yield using the Yori wallet. I do plan to create a video on how to do that in the future. All right, the number 14 way to earn free crypto is to use cryptocurrency faucets. Cryptocurrency faucets are similar to reward sites like Inbox Dollars, which I reviewed here on the channel, but rather than earning cash or gift cards, you are rewarded in cryptocurrency. Believe it or not, some of these sites used to give visitors as much as 5 Bitcoin simply for completing a CAPTCHA challenge. Of course, back then, 5 Bitcoin was not worth very much at all. Today, faucets don't pay nearly as well, microscopic amounts, okay? But the basic idea is the same. In exchange for performing easy tasks on the faucet's website, you are given free crypto. Examples of faucet activities include playing games, watching videos, taking surveys, clicking on advertisements. That said, since you have to give up your cryptocurrency wallet address in order to receive your cryptocurrency from faucets, they are a breeding ground for crypto scammers. On the other hand, while the earnings are minimal, and I mean truly minimal, folks, like you'll be making less than minimum wage, at least at today's Bitcoin prices. Faucets are a simple way to get free cryptocurrency without having any upfront investments. On the other hand, right, I'm sure when people did Bitcoin faucets 10 years ago, they may have thought the same thing. This isn't worth it. If Bitcoin goes to like $1 million 10 years from now, that's not a prediction, by the way, that's just a hypothetical for sake of example, then these little faucet earnings you earned in the 2020s might be worth a bit more than they are today. But I don't want to get your hopes up, right? You're not going to be raking in Bitcoin with the faucets. It's a microscopic amount, right? And similar to gift card reward sites and survey sites, you have to keep an eye on the minimum redemption amount. Some cryptocurrency faucets set the minimum crypto redemption amount so high that it would take you a very long time to reach it. That would make the entire faucet a waste of time for you, right? So what are some examples of cryptocurrency faucets? Probably the most popular one is called Cointoply. This pays out in Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and Dash. One unique thing about Cointoply is that it allows you to earn interest on the cryptocurrency you earn on the platform once you reach at least 35,000 coins. This isn't referring to Bitcoins. Coins is just the name of the Cointoply in-platform currency that you can redeem for Bitcoin. Also, don't be deceived by the high point values you'll receive for Cointoply activities. 10,000 Cointoply points is actually only worth $1 worth of Bitcoin. So each point is literally worth a hundredth of a cent worth of Bitcoin. One annoying thing about Cointoply are its unique CAPTCHA puzzles that can actually take a while to load. I guess this kind of thing kind of goes with the territory given how prone cryptocurrency faucets are to bot manipulation. Another popular cryptocurrency faucet is Bituro. And again, the earnings are not great on this cryptocurrency faucet either. For example, if you take a 1-minute survey in Bituro, you will earn a grand total of 10 points. How much are those 10 points worth? Well, if you have a Coinbase wallet, once you have 1,000 points, you can redeem your 1,000 points for $1 worth of Bitcoin. Based on that, each Bituro coin is worth $0.001 or 1/10 of a penny each. So 10 points is worth a penny. I don't think spending a minute of my time to make a penny is worth it because that would come out to 60 cents per hour, right? Even if it is paid in Bitcoin. Like I said, these earnings are minimal, okay? So like I mentioned previously, if you have a Coinbase wallet, you can redeem for $1 worth of Bitcoin once you have 1,000 points. Otherwise, you can't redeem until you have earned 50,000 points. That is $50 worth of Bitcoin, which could take you a long, long time on Bituro. So it's kind of like the survey sites that I review here on the channel. You're hardly going to make anything, right? I think average survey site earnings that we reviewed on the channel has been like $3 an hour. And I think these faucets are even lower than that. But hey, they're technically a way to get free crypto, right? So I thought I'd mention them. If you do want to check them out, you have been warned that you're not going to make a lot, but I do have referral links to both Cointoply and Bituro in the description below. Number 15 way to get free crypto is to participate in airdrops. An airdrop is a cryptocurrency giveaway that developers of a typically new cryptocurrency do in order to spread awareness about the new coin. This is often as part of an initial coin offering. Airdrops are kind of like free samples, right? They kind of give you a taste of their at the store, like at Trader Joe's or Costco, of their latest like spread or something, in the hope that you buy it and keep using it. Same thing with airdrops. The developers of a new coin are giving you a sample, hoping that you might buy more of the coin itself and participate in its ecosystem. Typically, in order to participate in an airdrop, you have to take some action, like signing up for the project's newsletter, joining the project's Discord server or Telegram group, following the project's social media account, sharing on social media about the project, little things like that. It's important to keep in mind that many airdrops are scams, and even airdrops that are not scams may still be a complete waste of time, leaving you with a cryptocurrency that never takes off and is essentially worthless. If you'd like to check out the latest crypto airdrops, you can look at sites like airdrops.io. If that site feels overwhelming, you can check out CoinMarketCap's exclusive airdrop page. I'll drop a link to that in the description below. Before we move on to the next way to get free crypto, I want to say it again. Many airdrops are scams, and you should be doing significant due diligence before participating in one, even if you found it on a website like one of the ones I mentioned previously. Number 16 way to earn free cryptocurrency is to get initial coin offering bounties. An initial coin offering is the initial release of a new cryptocurrency. You simply exchange some of your existing coins for the new coin at a set exchange rate. An ICO works much like an initial public offering, but rather than owning stock, you'll own new digital currency. One of the draws of purchasing into an ICO is the opportunity, sometimes to earn bonus coins through programs called bounties. These aren't only for ICOs, but I see them a lot with ICOs. Bounties are similar to airdrops, obviously, but typically the tasks required to participate in a bounty might be a little bit more challenging than the requirements for an airdrop. For example, to qualify for an airdrop, you may just have to, retweet a tweet or something like that. A cryptocurrency bounty program may involve you completing tasks like translating marketing material about the ICO into a different language, writing a blog post about the ICO, ICO, making a video about the ICO, stuff like that. As with airdrops, I always advise that you thoroughly research any ICOs in general, or any bounty programs before participating in one. BountyOX.io is a site that supposedly lists out current crypto bounties, but when I signed up recently, I didn't really see much going on. Your mileage, of course, may vary. All right, and the number 17 way to get free crypto, I put this one last intentionally because it's just a little kind of pyramid schemmy, but join the SparkPoint referral program. SparkPoint referral program, it's not an exchange. It's kind of like just, I think it's based in the Philippines. It's like an initiative. Basically, the SparkPoint platform basically has crypto games, a financial literacy platform, and basically you earn the SparkPoint cryptocurrency just for referring others to the SparkPoint website. So again, a little dicey, a little pyramid schemy. I have seen some big crypto YouTubers recommending it though, so it does kind of have a little bit of validity in my book. But again, this one's probably the most questionable of the ideas I gave you in this video. Anyway, folks, if you are interested in free cryptocurrency, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Logan Alec. In a video, right, once it's recorded and published, I can't go back and update it or change it. But on Twitter, right, it's live, it's real time. I post new ways to get free cryptocurrency there every day. So follow me on Twitter at Logan Alec. Also, be sure to check out my other crypto videos right over here and right down here. I think you will really enjoy them. I'll see you next time, folks. Oh, you don't want to leave? Okay, I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.